Yes, sir. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Timeless Athlete, the ultimate space for former athletes living life beyond sports. I'm Andrecus Lindley, and today we're going to dive into the biblical foods with the verses that's going to boost your performance. I just want to make all this clear, guys, that the Bible never had tainted or chemically bound foods. Everything was natural. The animals, they ate real food. They was taken good care of. They wasn't stressed, feeding on pellets, right? So it's important that we're eating the foods or the best foods that we can. Now I'm still working on trying to grow my own garden back there. I got a few different things back there. It's important that we're trying to grow our own food, at least eating at local markets, things that have fresh foods. Very important that you're not frying and dyeing your food. You should be braising it and using all these herbs and spices from the Bible for food to taste good, for it to actually work within your system, because God put everything on earth and he meant it to be good. When he said it's good, it's good. It's good. And I'm boosted right now. I'm energized. And the reason why I look good, the reason why I feel good, and I have a clear mindset, I'm getting better. I'm not perfect, but it's very clear. It's because I'm taking everything that was in the Bible. I'm taking it serious. I want to implement it. My skin looks great. I don't feel weighed down. Testament of just going by the word and what he said. All right. If he said it's good, I'm on it. All right. I've been living this way for a while. And the reason why is because I have no problem. I love the way I feel. And if you want to line somebody up against me, 18, 25 years old, whoever it is, let's get it. All right. I'm that geeked about it. So thank you guys for being here. These are my top foods. There's a lot of good food that's named in the Bible, but these are going to be my top foods that I believe is going to really help you boost your performance as a former athlete, as a current athlete. Maybe you're a casual weekend athlete, but these are my top foods that are definitely going to boost your performance. And one thing before we get started is I know a lot of people are discrediting the Bible because of the age, because of the time that it was written, right? But if you look at Psalms 119 and 160, his truth is, or his words are truth, right? And everything is forever. Whatever he said, this is forever, right? So if he said it then, that means it's going to always be. Don't get in your head to say, oh, that was back then. We changed with the times. Nah, it's forever. Whatever he said is forever. And I promise you, if you apply it, I promise you, he already promised, but I promise you, if you do it, you're going to be straight. You're going to be just as energized as I am, ready to go. So all of these foods are meant for us to stay healthy. This is his design for us is to be healthy. He never designed for us to have heart disease. He never designed for us to have blood problems. He never designed for us to have any of these things. That's why it's very important that we get to know what he provided for us so we can, again, be fruitful. It's funny that he said be fruitful and multiply, right? He's using fruit, right? All right, don't y'all, I'm doing too much, but y'all get it. If you have some questions and things like that, check out all these Bible verses that I'm going to name with these foods. The first one, Deuteronomy 14 and 3. All right, just about all the foods that I mentioned. And the first group of foods that we're going to talk about is your vegetables. Vegetables are one of the non-negotiables when it comes to your diet. When he put Adam and Eve in the garden is what? Fruits and vegetables. Maybe some nuts or something like that, but everything that was there for them to survive was there. They didn't have no meat. They didn't have wings. They didn't have lobster, shellfish, catfish. These are things that's not on the list, right? And why are vegetables important? Because vegetables tell you exactly what they're good for. If you look at kale, look at the veins on the kale. What that means? That means clean veins. That means really good, healthy veins for blood to pass through. Carrots. If you break a carrot, it look like eyes. It's good for your eyes. It's good for your skin. Look at beets. They're red. Why are they bleeding like that when you prepare them? Because it's going to clean the blood. It's just natural what these foods do to you and what they're for and how they it's just that. So if you're looking for to read about the vegetables, guys, look at Proverbs 15:7 or Numbers 11:15. All right, so we're moving on to herbs and spices. Herbs and spices are really healing, right? You really need to put this or implement this into your preparation for food. Rosemary, basil, cilantro, or coriander, whatever, parsley, oregano. These are really good healing herbs, and they add so much flavor to your food whenever you implement. I'm not talking about what you get processed in a shaker. I'm talking about real herbs. You gotta peel it off the branch, right? Off the vine. Throw it in your food, right? Add some extra flavor. The spices as well. Spices have healing properties, right? Like turmeric, right? Like ginger. All of these things are really good for the body, and he designed us to use them so that we can get these healing properties and actually live. I want us to have life, and it's very important that we implement all these different foods in our diet so we can live life abundantly. So let's keep moving on. One of my favorites is lentils and beans. Lentils and beans is really fascinating because if you guys check out my Instagram, my Facebook, I don't eat a lot of meat. A lot of my food is like beans, vegetables, and fruits, oats, grains, and things like that. But the reason why I like beans is because I can fit, like when I eat beans, the muscle that I pack on versus the muscle and the fat that I put on with meat is totally different. And this is why I love beans. I love lentils. You get full, you stay full longer, but also it gets through the body cleaner versus if you're eating a lot of meat, heavy meats, you're going to pack on a lot of fat. The protein is going to have to be scrapped up by the body. The body's going to leave it in the system a whole lot longer because it's trying to get through all the processed food that the meat has in it, the chemicals and all this. So this is why lentils and beans are my favorite, especially like when I want to add muscle, a lot of muscle. It's like almost every day, but I try to go with beans, right? Beans, lentils. It's funny how you look at those. You look at lentils, what they look like, amino acids. It's telling you what it's good for, straight like that. So you guys implement these things, and you can look at Ezekiel 4:9, or you can look at Genesis 25:34. If I didn't give you guys the herbs and the spices, the herbs are Exodus 12:8, and spices. Look at Genesis 43:11. This is what the Bible is just mentioning these things. So this is how you know they should be in your diet, right? So let's keep going. My favorite is what we just talked about, being fruitful, right? Being fruitful, your fruits. This is probably my favorite. Why? Is because I get to eat as much as I want, and it really ain't doing nothing but adding nutrients. It's helping my liver store all the vitamins and things that I need for my body in case, I fast or something like that. So grapes, figs, melons, cucumbers, tomatoes, yes, those are fruits as well. So these are the things that's maybe not the tomatoes, but these are the things that's named in the Bible, right? Your figs in Numbers 13:23, grapes in Deuteronomy 23:24, a lot of your different fruits in Genesis 43:11. These things are named because these are the things that you are supposed to eat for life, for performance. These things are going to help you keep going. Think about all the things that Jesus did and all the moving that he was doing. He never sat down for real, right? He rested, but he did a lot of moving and traveling. He was on the go, right? And so he's implementing these things. He's eating these things to keep him going, right? All right. So next we're going to talk about nuts and oils, which are really good for your brain health. If you look at walnuts, it looks like a brain, right? Brazil nuts, almonds, all of these things are really good oils for your hormones, right? Fruits and things like that are good for your digestive tract, right? Good for nutrients, good for water content because our bodies are mostly made out of water. But the nuts help with the hormones, right? That regulate our hormones in our body. You can also use the oils for your skin, right? To keep your skin healthy, to keep your skin nice and strong. And for your nuts, in Genesis 43:11, oils, 1 Kings 17:12. Now let's get to the part that y'all really want to hear. Y'all talking about where the wings at? Where the where the broils at? What about the meat? What about all that? We're gonna get to it right now. Now the Bible does mention beef, he does mention sheep, he does mention wild game, he does mention fish, right? He mentioned quail, he mentioned all of these different things in the book. And so these are my top that I feel like that'll be easy for you guys to get, easier for you guys to get. And again, make sure that these meats that you guys take are grass fed. The animals are treated nicely because you got to put this in your body. If you're just putting any kind of meat in your body, you don't know if that animal was just locked up in a stall for however long until it got slaughtered, stressed out, fed anything just to get it big. So this is really important. So fish, he talks a lot in the Bible about fish, feeding people with fish. People are fishing, right? You can, if you want something to relate it to, go to Luke 24:40 about sheep. Deuteronomy 14:4. He also names wild game in that same verse, right? So it's very important. I think it's 14:4. It might be to like verse 5 or 6. I'm not sure. But check it out, read it. It's important that you read the whole passage so you can get the understanding of it. And then the last two guys, so I'm not holding you up, are the grains, the barley, the spelt, the wheat, things that are really good carbs for your body. Notice that in the Bible, yes, they had bread, they named bread, but they made bread out of 4 different ingredients: water, the rice and grains, seeds to put in the bread so they can make it. And that was pretty much it. The oil probably came from olive oil, the flaxseed oil, grapeseed oil probably came from something like that. Yeah, it was only 4 ingredients. It wasn't 1,000 different ingredients making bread. So that's why I just named grains, because wild rice, spelt, barley, this is the diet that he wants us to have. He wants to have these things into our diet. And so to check these grains out, go to Deuteronomy 8:8, but also check out Ezekiel 4:9. Okay. And then the last thing, the sweets, honey, wild honey is named, and you can definitely go with these because the syrup, you already know in Atlanta or maybe in the South, that's what we say, syrup. It ain't nothing but water and sugar for real. And maybe 10 different ingredients you ain't never heard of. So it's important that supplementing those things for honey, wild honey, maybe even making your own syrup like date syrup. You can just boil dates and get the sugary syrup from it, sugary syrup, and put it on your food. But it's all about making a better choice and doing better because we do want to boost our performance as athletes, former athletes, casual weekend athletes, right? So these things are important. And always, guys, I say this before we keep going. Honey is really antifungal, antibacterial. It's really good for your digestive system, right? And these are the things that's named. He names honey as part of a paradise food, the land of milk and honey. He names fruit. When you think of your paradise, what do you think of? You think of grapes, fresh fruit, clean water. You're not thinking about no Twinkies, cookies, and all of these different things, right? So when you think of your paradise, he's naming all the foods that should be in your diet anyway. That being said, let's get up on out of here, guys. Health doesn't start with you adding all these different foods on top of each other inside your diet. Health starts with you eliminating all these foods from your diet and just going with what's real. And what's real is the truth, and the truth is the word of God. All right. Hey, I'm a testament of it. All right. I'm juiced right now. I'll run through a wall right now. All right. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all go with this diet. Y'all gonna feel a whole lot better. I promise you. But just don't take my word for it. Go into the book, check it out, do it yourself. Y'all already know, man. Support the channel down below by buying me a protein shake. That link is down below. Also, check out the free ebook. Check out joining my athlete community. I would love to have you guys in there. And also, guys, y'all already know, man, be well, but also, man, y'all stay timeless, man. Let's get it. Peace.